Finally, some more news about arms trade Tycoon tanks, and this time it's all about the Tycoon element. I once again had the chance to have an interview with the arms trade Tycoon tank devs, and this time, as mentioned, I was shown the Tycoon mechanics for the game. Before we get into it, all numbers shown are of course placeholders. Alright, let's start with the logistics part of the game. In the warehouse building you can store the tanks, send them out to the customers and manage your resources. In the building you can get a quick overview of what contracts you have and in the state of completion that they are in. When delivering your tanks you actually have to get them to the customer. This is done by selecting the method of transportation. Think ships or trains. The type of transportation you choose will determine how long it will take for the tank to reach the customer, how much will it cost and how much risk there is during transportation that the tank will not make it. All of these factors will change during the game depending on events that happen during the many wars. This system is also in place for getting your resources. You need resources to build tanks. What, did you really think tanks just spawned out of thin air? Anywho, like sending the goods to the customer, you also need to get the materials or resources to your factory. This follows a similar style of sending your tanks. You buy the goods, select the transport method, and you wait for the resources to arrive. Resources also don't spawn out of thin air, at least not really. You have to buy them from countries and the availability of them depends on what year it is, what research you have, and the cost depends on how much a country likes you. You can also get resources by completing specific contracts or tasks. Speaking of which, let's talk a bit about those. During gameplay there will be tasks for you to complete. As everything, the specifics about them are still in development stage. But the idea is quite simple. Complete a task, get a reward. Sometimes it's resources, sometimes it's money, sometimes it's an enemy tank for backwards engineering. This also leads to the reputation system. The more you work together with the specific country, the more reputation you will get. The more features you will unlock with that country. This can be access to captured enemy tanks, specific contracts and resources. This was just a short overview of what was shared with me during the 40-minute interview, and there's quite a bit more that I have not touched on. There are details like companies, war doctrines, and specific loadouts for regiments, etc. All of these will determine the type of tanks the customer wants you to design. And there are more common elements like overview of spending, hiring personnel, upgrading your buildings, having loans and paying them off. A whole lot of Tycoon elements for you to play around with. As mentioned in the previous videos, a Kickstarter with a playable demo will be planned for this fall, but no specific date has been set yet. All I know is that the Kickstarter prep is progressing nicely. With that said, I'm getting more and more excited about the game and can't wait to get my hands on it, hopefully in the near future. And with that said, I want to thank you guys for watching and see you in the next one. Have a very good day. Bye bye.